Following the overhaul of the American auto industry, Detroit automakers have made some big changes in how they run their companies and in the cars they're producing. Does that make now the time to buy an American-made car? Well, here's the answer to that question is Mike Quincy from Consumer Reports. Welcome to MoneyWatch, Mike.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so American cars are different now. Are they a good buy?
They're better, certainly. April issue of Consumer Reports, we have two models that are in our top picks list, the Chevrolet Avalanche pickup truck and the Ford Mustang. These are honest-to-goodness good products. Certainly the positive news coming out of Detroit, as far as Consumer Reports is concerned, is terrific reliability from Ford. I mean, who would have thought 10, 20 years ago that Ford would have reliability as good or better than the best of Japanese?
So those are two American cars out of how many categories?
Out of about 10 categories.
And
they have two, which isn't, again, it's Consumer Reports top picks have traditionally been dominated by Japanese cars. Why? Just they tested better. They're more reliable, they're more fuel efficient, they have good crash tests. The American car companies are making a strong push to get better, and we're definitely seeing it in a lot of our test results.
Do you have reservations now about buying American cars? Would you recommend that to someone who's considering an American car?
I don't have as many reservations as I used to. A number of Ford products are recommended by Consumer Reports. A number of General Motors products are recommended by Consumer Reports. Chrysler still has a ways to go. Some of their more recent products, such as the Jeep Grand Cherokee, the Dodge Ram pickup truck, are very promising. I think they're getting their heads on straight. I think they're getting more focused on producing better vehicles, but they're definitely not out of the woods yet. But it's very easy to recommend, say, the Ford Fusion. This is a terrific family sedan, whether it's a four-cylinder V6 or hybrid model. Excellent reliability, good test results from Consumer Reports.
Now, when Consumer Reports tests American cars and finds that their reliability and build quality and so forth is now the equal of Japanese or superior in some cases, Consumer Reports is the first to know, and the market might be lagging behind, and so if you bought an American car, you might be penalized in terms of depreciation. Is that still a worry?
I think there is still a certain perception, if you will, of American cars not being as good. I mean, you have to think about a generation or two grew up thinking, well, American cars are junky. Or those were, what my father or my grandfather used to drive, but they felt, in the 70s and 80s, they all fell apart. They were just junky cars. I'm not going to buy one of those. So I think one of the biggest hurdles that Detroit has to get over is how do we market to a younger audience? How do we convince them that we're good, we're viable, we have fuel efficiency, we have good safety, and above all, we have reliability and value?
You mentioned two cars that made consumers' top picks. Are there other nameplates from Detroit that you'd recommend?
You have to actually go model by model. Some of General Motors SUV, the Chevrolet Traverse, the Buick Enclave, it's a very competitive, not even a truck. I mean, it's a car-based platform, but it's a strong V6 engine, three-row seating, good handling, good braking, definitely a very good effort from General Motors. It definitely shows that they're paying attention. Nobody does pickup trucks like the Americans. Whether it's the Ford F-150, the Dodge Ram, the Chevrolet Avalanche, and Silverado, these are very well-focused machines. The designers and engineers knew exactly what they were doing when they made them, and for what they are, they're very good.
Would you see American car manufacturers improving their standard? Are they improving faster than the Japanese? Faster than the Koreans?
I wouldn't count Detroit out now. Certainly I wouldn't count out Ford. When you talk about writing the history of Detroit, if the CEO of Ford, Alan Mulally, if he is accomplishing everything that he is setting out to, which right now he is, he's going to be a genius. I mean, they're going to look at him like he saved Ford if he continues on this track. However, the marketplace is ultra competitive. I don't think any manufacturer can sleepwalk through their product line anymore. And you mentioned the Koreans. Talk about somebody up and coming. Hyundai and Kia have some of the most dynamic products going. Their designs are wonderful. Their styling is good. Their interiors look like the cars cost twice as much as they do. They've done very well in Consumer Reports tests. The Hyundai Elantra and the Kia Sorento are both on Consumer Reports top picks list for the April issue. These are best in their categories. Very competitive cars. I mean, you talk about how people are always worried about the Japanese. I think people really have to be worried about what the Koreans are doing.
Mike, thanks very much.
Thanks for having me.
And thank you for watching.